want to keep your kids safe on the internet, you know, I saw a movie during TIFF, and Winston, I know you've seen it too, Men, Women, and Children. It freaked me out. It's all about how the internet is rewiring our brains and just all of the things you can see on the web that you might not want your kids to see.
And it was a conversation we had in and around the office as well. A lot of parents it was a wake-up call, you know, how much is too much? Am I doing enough to stay in the know of the latest social networks with the dangers out there? Yeah. Should I be installing filters on my kids' computers so I see every single website they visit, who they're talking to? Like, are we bubble wrapping our kids too much while they're surfing the internet?
Yeah, the question is, do we stalk them or not?
Do we stalk them or not?
I sort of feel like I want to, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. They're not on the computer yet really playing. I mean, things like YouTube I think are frightening because how do you control that? They can dial up any video they want, and then you're seeing things that you never intended them to see at an age where they can't process it properly.
Exactly. And depending on the age of the kids, you know, you might not need to install these filters, but just very simple things that you can do, keeping your computer in a public place at home, whether that's the kitchen or a family room, just so you can keep an eye on what your kids are doing.
Yeah.
And there are things that you can look out for too, when you step in the room and they're minimizing all of their windows, maybe a little red flag pops up that you should be checking into what they're doing. Having the conversation with your kids about the dangers on the internet. There are a lot of resources out there to help you out as well. I have a website here called mediasmarts.ca. It's a Canadian website that is great in allowing you to kind of learn about the internet. It keeps you up to date on what social networks your kids are using. So whether that is an app like Yik Yak, which is causing a lot of concern these days, where kids are anonymously messaging each other and cyberbullying each other. Have you heard of Yik Yak?
I haven't heard of Yik Yak.
So there are a lot of parents out there who haven't heard of these apps out there, and there's like an app of the month. There's always something that kids are latching onto, and they change all the time. So a website like mediasmarts.ca lets you keep track of what kids are doing these days and helps you better understand what sites they're perusing so that you can have that conversation with them when that time comes.
You got to have the knowledge, because if you don't have the knowledge, you're not going to have any way of figuring out what exactly could be going on. So that's MediaSmarts. NeedHelpNow.ca is another one.
Yeah, it's a cyberbullying app, or rather website. It's a resource for kids. A lot of kids are unfortunately cyberbullied on the internet, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and don't have a way to report it. They might not necessarily want to run to mom about it as much as they should.
Right.
But there is a website, Need Help Now. Of course, there's also kidshelpphone.ca, where they have online chats, and you can actually kind of seek help, how to deal with online blackmail, how to deal with the threats on social media, and you can actually report any threats from the internet. So here on the site, I have, want your peers to stop spreading a picture or a video of you. You can click here and report it, and they'll help you pull that content down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
If you want a picture of you found on Google off the internet, you can contact them and they can help you do that.
That's excellent.
It's a free resource that they can help you out with, and it's fantastic. NeedHelpNow.ca.
Okay, Net Nanny. What's that one about?
So there are two apps out there, Net Nanny and Mobile Guardian. These are the more drastic measures, and they're not.
Tell me about it. Go on.
They're not options that you shouldn't consider.
Okay.
But it's something that you install on your network, so it's at home and it notifies you of things. So Net Nanny is something that has an internet filter. So if you want to prevent your kids from visiting certain websites, questionable websites, or if you want to limit the amount of time your kids are spending on the internet. So if you want to limit them to 2 hours a day after homework, so you can give them 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and 9 p.m. is bedtime, the internet's going to automatically shut off. It gives them reminders that to manage their time wisely. Child protection software, if they're typing in certain words that trigger certain alarms that you set, you'll get a notification on your phone to say, hey, your kids tried to access this website. So it gives you all of the alerts and reporting. Mobile Guardian is the same concept, but brings it onto the cell phone. So if you have an Android phone, you can actually install this on your kids' cell phones. So if your kids are texting someone that they shouldn't be texting, you can have a safe list of kids of people your kids can talk to, and anybody outside of that list, you'll get a notification that your kids were talking to a potential stranger, a potential predator. So
see, I don't find that drastic.
You don't. There is a lot
Here's
out
the
there.
thing, it's not so much about you talking to your friends. I don't really care what your conversations are. It's more trying to figure out how to gauge where they're going on the internet and who might be getting in there. It's more the people getting in there than who they're getting out to.
And it's really a matter of balance. So it's not so much kind of hovering over their shoulder every day or installing all of these apps. There are options out there, but it's not a matter of say, hey, run and do your thing, and they could be in danger. I think it's a matter of just kind of keeping that safe distance. A lot of parents friend their kids on Facebook, but kids might not want mommy or daddy on their Facebook friends list. So a lot of people create a dog account, an account for their dog, their family pet, and then that way they don't have mom's face on a Facebook account watching their stuff.
Right.
But it still gives you that closeness to them, so you can see if they're friending anyone they shouldn't be friending.
Yeah, there are ways to get around it for sure. I guess keeping the lines of communication open is the biggest thing you can do.
And knowing that they can reach you whenever they need to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we have been on a thank you for that information. As you know, because you helped kick us off.
So exciting. It's been so successful.
So successful. I'm talking about Cityline Real. It's a hashtag we started for this year, and it's all about taking some of the negativity out of social media and also having us maybe not paint our lives as so perfect all the time on social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everybody seems to be gorgeous, cooking the most beautiful meals with perfect kids. And we all know that's not how life really is. So we're trying to serve it up a little bit more real in 2015. And we also want you to join the conversation. So pretty much every week we have a different task for you to be a part of. So this is the task this week. We want you to take a picture of a sweaty selfie. Okay? When you're all bedraggled and looking crazy at the gym or at home, you just did a DVD, like the Insanity DVD, and you're looking your worst, and you're sweaty, you got the pit stains and the dribbles, take a picture and post it. And make sure you hashtag it Cityline Real. I'm gonna do it. I post pictures all the time of me with no makeup. I do comb my hair though, so maybe for these I will try not to even comb my hair. I'll look really crazy and sweaty and gross. Join the conversation, hashtag Cityline Real. Thank you, Winston. Let's go to break.
I'll get on it this week.
Yeah, do it. More coming up.